Moving on now to the Zondo Commission of Inquiry, the Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo has asked for another extension to the State Capture Commission's deadline. The inquiry has already received several extensions, but Justice Zondo has pointed out that COVID-19 as well as other factors were beyond the control of the Commission. Dr Benni Khotso Lekubu is a senior lecturer at Unisa College of Law, and he joins us now. Very good afternoon to you, Dr. Benni. Thank you so much for your time today. In your view, what are the merits of the extension? Does the Deputy Chief Justice actually have a case to back up his request for extension?
Thami, good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers as well. Yes, I think we've been following up on the State Capture Commission for a very long time. And I think at this point in time, what we are seeing is the fact that there are now issues that are serious that have been underlying with regards to corruption within our public service administration. So I think at this point in time, it makes perfect sense. I will tell you this, Thami. I've been following the State Capture Commission for a very long time. It's that at this point in time, we are now seeing a lot of issues that are coming up. South Africans are getting aware to get to know that what the state capture in actual fact, the essence of state capture, what it means. So it is justified. I would have even said we need an extension up until the end of the year. In fact, if maybe early in 2022, because at this point in time, there are a couple of people that I still think would love to come to the state capture to give some evidence.
And who are those people? Who are the people that you believe perhaps should be in front of the State Capture Commission of Inquiry but have not yet been called?
Look, Thami, I think what we have to know is that our NPA are possibly having their own investigations. I've read another tweet this morning that part of the EFF was questioning why they are not being called. There are a couple of people one or two people from PRASA that we still want to hear. I think of particular importance that comes to mind now is Lucky Montana. Those are the people that have always said, give us a chance so that we come to the state capture and clear some of the issues with regards to what state capture has been, what has been happening in the country. And I think South Africans are ready. South Africans are interested to get to know. We are just getting to the nitty-gritties of what really happened within the public service.
One of the allegations and complaints by the former President Jacob Zuma is that it looks like the State Capture Commission of Inquiry is really targeting him, that he seems to be the central figure around the corruption that is being investigated. From your perspective, do you think that the scope of the Commission of Inquiry is perhaps too narrow when looking at corruption? Are there other leaders who perhaps also should be held to account except President Jacob Zuma, or apart from President Jacob Zuma?
Thami, let us reverberate a little bit and remember how this issue started. And you would remember this was a report that was compiled by the former public protector that specifically pointed in the report to say here are issues of state capture that needs to be further investigated. And a commission, a state capture commission would have to be established to unearth all these issues that are related to corruption. Now, what we see is, and I think as South Africans as well, we tend to be very concerned when these issues are coming up. We want to see accountability. And obviously, when you go into a soccer ground, there is not one player that plays for the opposing team. You have other players. Now, in this instance, what I want to say to you, Thami, is that you have seen what the state capture has revealed and those allegations that are also related to the former president. So what we would appreciate and would want to see, it's the implicated individuals that, for instance, let me give you a typical example about what happened with the State Security Agency. There are a number of people that have been mentioned in the State Security Agency of being corrupt and having received a whole lot of money in cash. So these are the issues that are coming up that I think will even justify the extension, as you had asked earlier, to say to the State Capture Commission, yes, there are still very, very issues that I think need to be addressed by the State Capture Commission. And yes, it's what it is. I think each and every individual that form part of having had their hands in the cookie jar, everyone else must take accountability. They must come and account.
What do you believe, Dr. Benni, is the benefit of the revelation, the benefits of the expose that are coming out of the Commission, benefits for South African citizens?
Right, and I thank you for that question. I think what is of paramount importance, and look, we as South Africans, we like to see action, right? We would love to see whatever that comes, the allegations and the evidence that comes out of the State Capture Commission must be attended to by the law enforcement agencies. Now, if you remember, when the president extended the mandate, where your law enforcement agencies would be given some of these evidence that comes out of the State Capture Commission, it says to us as South Africans, there is value. There is what comes out of it is that the South African government wants to ensure that whatever that was presented at the State Capture Commission. Remember, the State Capture Commission, Thami, is not a court of law, right? What we then get out of that is that once they finish with their work, they will then present the report to the president, who will then say, obviously in consultation with judiciary, and say, colleagues, here are the issues. They will then have to move forward in terms of prosecutions, in terms of, I mean, if there are people that are going to be cleared for lack of evidence, I think that would be the case. But at the end of the day, South Africans want to see that value should be with prosecutions and people being arrested. And at the end of the day, each and every one must be accountable for whatever actions that they took.
So the value of the State Capture Commission of Inquiry is, yes, the revelations and the information that we're gathering, but from what you're saying, the true value would be prosecutions after the information has then been released. Is that correct?
Correct. Thami, look, at the end of the day, you would remember that we've spent a lot of money, taxpayers' money, on this commission. And one would not want to see a situation where the report has been compiled and then it's shoved under the table and nothing happens from there on. So the moving forward would be that once the report and all the recommendations have been submitted by the State Capture Commission, which will then go to the president, from there on, prosecutions must take effect. If people that have committed these crimes, these heinous crimes, those people just need to take accountability. And that's all that I think the South Africans are interested in wanting to see.
I'd like to get your comments, Dr. Lekubu. When an individual wants to apply for a judge to be recused from a case because they believe that perhaps the judge is biased in one way or another, there is a legal process and a legal application that one can do within the courts to have that particular judge recused. What is the legal case concerning former President Jacob Zuma's request for the recusal of the Deputy Chief Justice in the Commission? What is the legal standing regarding that?
Look, Thami, I think I want to be very and brutally honest with you. Such a matter that you have just raised would be more relevant to the legal fraternity. And I think somebody that is more eloquently and conversant with legal standings would be able to give you a proper answer. The only worrying factor that comes to me as an anti-corruption expert is the fact that there's processes that are taking place in the State Capture Commission. People are being summoned to come to the commission, but again, at some point, you find a situation where people, for example, I mean, we have a challenge now with the former president that has just indicated that he's not going to take part in the commission. That's a worrying factor. But I think our legal experts, Thami, will give you a better answer on that one.
Well, very much appreciated, Dr. Benni Khotso, for your insight there and the value of the commission as well as the extension. Actually, according to Dr. Benni Khotso, the extension should actually be even longer because there's so much still that needs to be uncovered. Thank you very much for your time, sir.